Hey everybody, it's Modified Darvis Box coming to you with a midweek review. For anybody who's new, doesn't know who I am, my investing system is based on this book, How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market. It's a great book. Check it out on Amazon. Basically, I'm looking for sideways patterns that break out, like this bullish one, or I'm looking for bearish patterns that break down, like this bearish one. Okay, let's get into it for this week. Hell of a week so far. I thought this week was going to be dull and boring, to be honest. Instead, you came out on Monday, and all of a sudden, you're getting your ass kicked. All the leaders were getting their butts kicked for Monday and Tuesday. Some rebounded, some did not. Others have, hung in there, and now they're going up a lot. It's really interesting to see the differences amongst the names and what they did. The indexes are beginning to get exciting, and it's funny because all those individual stocks that got brutalized, yeah, the indexes sort of yawned during the whole affair. They hardly moved. NASDAQ here breaking the top of the box. This is big, people, very big. This is one of the three legs that's going to lead us to a full bull market. We haven't had a full bull market since 2018. Well, maybe you call this part of the bull, but that's sort of a rebound. But I'm talking box breakout bull markets. So the NASDAQ is there. The S&P 500 is getting close. It's only got a little bit more to go before it goes full bull, about 25 points or so. And then the other one that's getting close to going full bull is the Russell 2000. 3 weeks ago it was a basket case. Now look at it. Complete turnaround. If this one breaks out, oh my God, it'll be just incredible. So if you are bearish, you better put your bull hats on, or at least get them ready. All right, let's look at a few of the stocks that did really well this week. Boeing, look at this thing. Breaking out of a Darvis box with a little more volume. This would be a textbook breakout. It doesn't look like it's getting volume, but when you look at the daily, big green volume, big green volume. Another couple here last week. So Boeing is being bought. Add this one to your list, as it looks like it's probably going to be a pretty good long trade. DOCU reported great earnings. Now it's the toast of the town. Look at this. Last 3 days, it opened almost at the same price 3 days in a row. That's amazing. I don't think I've seen that before. Add DOCU to your list. It's not coming out of a Darvis box, but at this point, it doesn't matter. With volume like this, add it to your list. Here's one that hung in during the sell-off on Monday, Tuesday. ESTC. Look at this. Green volume, more green volume. Big boys are buying it, and my mantra: if the big boys want it, then MDB wants it too. One which I like from last week, which hung tough, LULU. It broke out of a Darvis box on big green volume. Look at this. Pulled back to almost the very top of the box. That's actually kind of rare. It doesn't really happen too often, but it gives you a second chance to have bought the stock and give it a shot. I purchased a whole bunch of shirts today, so I'm sure it was up today because of that, my order. But either way, I think this still looks really promising for the future. Okay, a few names. Let's look at them where they got their butts kicked, but then they hit a long-term weekly moving average and now it bounced back. I mentioned before over the weekend that when something comes down to the moving average, it's a decision point. Are you gonna trade or fade? Make a decision. Buy some more, sell it, or honestly do nothing. But it puts you to a decision. ARWR hit the average, bounced off. That would have been a pretty good add-on buy, but they don't always work. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. SHOP came down, heck of a week. Look at that, hit the moving average. It's bounced a little bit. It's one to keep an eye on. COUP. I kind of like this, even though it's in a bad group right now. It's sort of like the best house in a bad neighborhood. Big green volume breakout. Whoops, gave it back up during the beginning of the week. But look at that, hit the moving average, and so far looks like it's hanging tough, especially to its peer group. This one's doing really well relative to the peers. I think this is a good spot to maybe buy a little bit. But of course, it would be better if it was breaking out of this Darvas box. Keep an eye on this one. ENPH, another big winner. Came down the last few weeks, hit the moving average, created the bottom of a box. Probably a decent spot to have added or bought or initiated a new position. Just because they come down a few weeks doesn't mean you take them off your list. You keep an eye on stuff. Now, there were a few stocks that got their butts kicked and did not rebound. AMT is one. Oof. Look at this. Hit a new high here, and after that, been straight down. It's crazy. Because how this one has broken the moving average, big red volume, it even broke the prior box buy point. At this time, this one is just no. I wouldn't buy this with a 10-foot pole right now. Give it some time. Maybe it firms up. We'll see what happens. AYX is the same way, except even more big red sell volume. Cracked the moving average. You know, this company is probably a really good company. It's probably going to do really well in the future. Right now, it's saying no bueno. No thank you. So keep an eye on it. Maybe it improves in the future. TWLO, good example of just past winners that now are simply going the wrong way. Huge winner from 2018. Yup, didn't really do much. Now it's going the wrong way. And look at this. In 2019, it's all been all about selling. Big red, big red, big red, big red. Sellers have outweighed the buyers for almost this entire year. So, yep, this one's off the list. Last one, great example of how to avoid train wrecks. So this one, ZS, was a hot stock, hot name. It did great for 2019, but whoops, it just reported earnings. Earnings are terrible, terrible relative to its valuation. And as a result, the stock plunged. Now look here, you got to pay attention. The stock gave you a warning signal where it cracked the long-term moving average on big red volume. That was all the warning you needed. It was in the 70s. You could have gotten out at that point, and now you'd be breathing a sigh of relief. It happens, but avoiding mistakes is just as important as making money. So anyways, that's my quick midweek review. If you have any questions, let me know. Hope you guys have a good rest of the week. Talk to you soon. Bye.